Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. We got one nice day out of it, and the other one was Hurricane Sunday in western Manitoba. Holy cow for winds. We'll have a bit more wind today, but nowhere near as bad as what we had on Sunday. I had to do the old shingle check this morning, and so far so good. I'm hopeful that you didn't have any damage or trees down or power outages where you were. That was some nasty stuff. We'll take a look at some of those wind speeds coming up on the show. Also, it's May the 4th. I am your father. Luke, May the 4th be with you. Are you a fan of Star Wars? Some of these Star Wars fans are pretty crazy. It's like wrestling fans. I guess wrestling was in town on the weekend. I was busy riding bulls. I was over at the Keystone Center. I had to use a fake name. I had to use a bit of a disguise, but I was bull riding on the weekend, so my back is a little bit sore. Yes, the PBR was in town, and I had to do my part to ensure the crowd was entertained. And I was also working the fireworks I was a busy guy. It was a busy weekend. Changes coming to Brandon's Pickle Fest for August. There have been some copyright name issues there. It's really just some cosmetic stuff. We'll touch on that this morning. Also, coming up on the show, Spirit Airlines over the weekend saying that's it, that's all. They cut everything. They just closed the doors. And I mean, when they declare bankruptcy, they do it in a big way. They just literally, we're closed. What about, I'm stranded somewhere. Too bad. You're on your own. Customer service? No. They literally just shut the whole thing down. Apparently, there'll be more on the way this week. We've got the latest on how it's affecting Canadians coming up on the show. And United Flight 169, how it hit a light pole on landing yesterday, and there's video of it. Like, how do you hit a light pole and not bring the plane down? This video is shocking, to say the least. And forget flying, Canadians may not even be driving this summer. Some saying that this is like a return to you-know-what, you-know-when C-19 type of stuff, where we're kind of locked in our houses because, I mean, people are getting sick on cruise ships. They're getting the hantavirus. Planes are hitting light poles. They're going broke. Gas is $5 a liter. Not really. I checked before the show. No change from the weekend, so we're still looking okay. As far as gas prices, wow, relatively speaking, not much change since Friday over the weekend. It's not like Monday has hit and we're at $2, but we're watching that closely. Oh, we've got Oak Lake down on our highway cams, and we have switched up our smile cookies with a reminder that this Sunday is Mother's Day. That's right. It's Mother's Day weekend coming up. Would you believe we've got 12 days to spring break? Not spring break, sorry. Feels like it. 12 days to May long weekend. 12 days to May. What? They're calling for potential flurries today. How brutal is that? Oh, my gosh. Our weather widget just kind of went nutso there on us. We're looking for a high of just 6 degrees today. That's it, 6. Wow. I think before the widget went down, it was something like -2 out there. It is definitely winter-like and not spring-like, that's for sure. Oh, +2, sorry. Cloudy and +2. And our normal now is 18, you guys. 18 degrees. So will we see normal again? Yes, it'll be Saturday. 6 for today. 6 for tomorrow. Or is that even a 5? Oh, my God, that's cold. 10 on Wednesday. And back into the mid-single double digits Thursday, Friday, 17, 18 on Saturday. This past Saturday was absolutely gorgeous. The sun was out. People were out. Bike paths were busy. Everybody was out doing something outdoors. It's like, this is more like it. We got one nice day. One nice day, and now back to the cold for a few days. And looks as if this weekend is going to be pretty spectacular. So that is what's shaping up for us weather-wise this week. Hopefully you survived the weekend okay. It's nice to see you. Let's say good morning to our folks who have joined us on chat. In chat, I should say. Folks that are joining us on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Facebook, and X. And, of course, we move over to Twitch for hour 2 of the show. You can lurk in at tylerglenshow.com. Audio version is available at tylerglenshow.com or wherever you get your podcasts, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more. And away we go into our week together. Let's see who we've got to say good morning to. All right. We've got Fern and Bella in on TikTok this morning. Tosh and Polar Bear on Twitch. Good morning. We've got Carl and Joe over on TikTok. Road Reverend is here on Twitch. Zumba Bernice is here on Twitch as well. Good morning to Brendan on TikTok. We've also got, Derek, Zumba Bernice, and Patricia Ann all on Twitch this morning. We've got Coach Carl. We've got Taylor over on TikTok. Hi, Taylor. Paul Anthony is here, too, on TikTok. Big wave for you, Paul Anthony. And a good morning to Janine Florier-Benovich over on Facebook. Along with Richard, who's on Facebook. Good morning, and may the 4th be with you. May the 4th be with you as well. I'm not one of those guys. I'm a Star Wars fan, 70s style. I'm the OG Star Wars fan. I like the old stuff. Before the special effects got super amazing, I never put a Star Wars costume. Oh, that's not true. I was Darth Vader one year for Halloween. I remember my dad used an ice cream pail, and he spray painted in black, and then I had like the mask in the front, so I had the ice cream pail Darth Vader helmet. So I have been in costume, but I'm not one of these folks who show up at Comic-Con looking like Han Solo or Luke Skywalker. Those are some special fans of Star Wars. Those are special Star Wars fans. Quentin is here with Cindy on Twitch. Good morning, you guys. Sophie and Martin are here on TikTok. Hello, Sophie and Martin. And Oilers fan 20 is here. Oh, Oilers fan 20. Let's get into it with Habs fan 19. The Habs won. Montreal is Canada's team now, if we can call it that. And they're playing Buffalo, which is my worst case scenario, because I was hoping to cheer for Buffalo because they're kind of a Canadian team too. They sing the Canadian national anthem at their games, as we learned last week. So Buffalo versus Montreal, and I don't know who I'm going to cheer for. I don't know. It's just going to be fun to watch, I guess. But if you're a Habs fan, And they'll be easy to spot around the office. They'll be sporting jerseys today and rubbing it in our proverbial face. Oh, the Habs rock. We're the best. They're humble, those Habs fans. You can say that about them. Loretta's here on Facebook with Jody. Good morning. And Nick Adams, too. May the 4th be with you as well. Mark is here. Buffalo, Mark says on TikTok, Buffalo is almost a Canadian city, so many Canadians travel there. Yes, you're right, Mark. That's why I'm having a hard time choosing between cheering for Buffalo or Montreal. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of Montreal fans in Buffalo. It will depend, I guess, on what the cost is. That's the thing about why Buffalo has so many Canadian fans is if you've been to Southern Ontario, I mean, Buffalo is 20 minutes from Hamilton. It's really close. And fans have been saying on the internet that tickets to a Buffalo Sabres game and food and all that stuff is half of what Leafs fans would pay. So if you want to watch NHL hockey and you're cheap, that'd be me. I'd be a Buffalo fan too. Anyway, good to see you, Mark. Have a good week. Michelle is over on Facebook, and Angela Damaris is here too. May the 4th be with you as well. I'm from Gatineau, says Mark. Close to Ottawa, I understand. I cheer for Ottawa and Montreal. Well, you know what? The Habs, you got to give it to them. And they're playing good hockey. Listen, all politics aside, listen. Certainly all politics and all about hockey. They're playing really good hockey. What can you say? That's what this is all about this time of year. And really, it's the only time I watch. I don't even watch. I watch more games in the playoffs than I did the whole season because this is when it matters. Everything is on the line. Their jobs are on the line. Money's on the line. The championship's on the line. It's fun to watch. KD4380 is here over on Twitch, and so is Rachel Zarn. Good morning, Rachel. Good morning, Gary, over on TikTok. Derek says, sent you something on Facebook. It's a picture. It's a picture of something. Oh. For May the 4th be with you. May the 4th be with you. This looks like a Volkswagen. May the 4th be with you. Love making laser sounds. May the 4th be with you. Star Wars is awesome. The original ones. Ange Damaris says, I just talked to my son. He's driving a semi by Swan. It's raining and snowing. Oh, crikeys. Seriously? We knew that. It felt like it. I opened the door briefly just to get some fresh air, and I quickly closed the door. No, sirree, Bob. It is cold, and you can sense that there's snow. Still snow out there. It is out there. Oh, God. Tracy Roger, good morning. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, Molly. Happy Star Wars Day, everyone. Live long and prosper. Yes, yes, indeed. Are the Expos playing? Asked Quinton. Actually, they've got a very active social media presence, and there's word that they could be coming back. Also, word that Vancouver might be getting a Major League Baseball team, too. That would be kind of cool. Very cool. Quinton pretends he doesn't know about sports, but it's hard to pull that when it's the playoffs and there's only one Canadian team to follow. It's hard to pull that shtick. So just ease off it a little bit because you look kind of dumb. There's only one. It's like when there's 10 or 11, you can say that, but they're just one. There's one team. One. And 3 letters, Habs. Wait, that's 4 letters. Now I'm the stupid one. But no, everybody knew that. Okay, let's get over to the yesterday's good thing. I can tell you about my bull riding. Oh, man. What a weekend of bull riding. It's a tough life, but you know what? These cowboys, you got to show them how it's done. You got to show them how to ride the bull. Call me Mr. PBR, peanut butter and rice. That's what they call me, and I'm not going to explain as to why. I'm sure that the PBR is in yesterday's good thing for a few folks. Hey, before we get going, a big thank you to everybody who bought Smile cookies last week. Yeah, from Tim Hortons. Our friends at Tim Hortons of Western Manitoba. Way to go, guys. We are awaiting results. Maybe you saw that Tim Hortons is tabulating the results. They're loading, and at last count, Dauphin was the top seller in Canada, and the Tim's on 18th Street near Canadian Tire was like number 2 in the nation for Smile cookies. So job well done. Hopefully we got it across the finish line in a big way, and we'll have those results for you coming up a little bit later this week. Again, the benefactors of your Smile cookie purchases, including Helping Hands of Brandon and the Brandon Area Community Foundation, the Country Fest Community Cinema, Yellowhead Community Rec Center, Oak Lake Community School Playground, and Kids Sport Whitewood Moosomin area for the Moosomin location. So thanks again for buying the cookies, and we'll have the results in the coming days. Also, thanks to those who stopped by the Canadians parking lot at the Keystone Center for the first few days of the Jacuzzi Outdoor Hot Tub Sale in the Canadians parking lot. Oh boy, I can just imagine the big rubber duck. Oh, in that wind. I was thinking of the big remember the time that the couple in the hot tub went blowing down the street? I bet you Devin and Sean were able to take this guy down quickly before the winds really picked up. Now, Friday and Saturday was gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful over there, and they had lots of folks coming to check things out. The beautiful selection of jacuzzi hot tubs on location there. But boy, when winds picked up, you got to put the inflatables away or they're going to end up down the street. Oh, yeah, there's the swim spa there. They $99 bi-weekly. You can get 0% financing, extra special savings in effect when you visit Jacuzzi Hot Tubs in Manitoba, Creasy Hot Tubs and Billiards, Canadian Parking Lot, Keystone Center. They're there until Mother's Day, up to and including Mother's Day. So if you want to get a hot tub for mom, why not? Oh, there they are. There's the couple, the inflatable couple that could, they're flying down 18th Street. They did not fly. Hours of operation, 10 till 7 Monday through Friday. Saturday, 10 till 5. And on Mother's Day, 11 till 5. At the Canadians parking lot at the Keystone Center. And finally, coming up this weekend at the Elkhorn Resort Clarso Nordic Spa, don't forget about their big spring craft market that is happening this weekend. They've got Yoga with Shane happening at the Elkhorn today. And, of course, Thursdays is at the Clarso Spa on Thursdays, just $65 from 6 till 10, and it's 18 plus, and there's music and fun and stuff out on the patio at the Clarso Spa on Thursday, and live entertainment at Buffalo Bar this weekend. But the real star of the show this week at the Elkhorn Resort is the 2026 Swing into Spring Artisan and Vendor Market. This is a 2-day indoor event, so even if it's blowing and windy and awful outside, inside, it's going to be awesome. Saturday and Sunday, May 9th and 10th, that's this weekend. You can get some really cool stuff for mom at the Elkhorn Resort. Look at this. Look at the vendors, and there were more coming in. There's probably a second poster to go along with this, but there's dozens of vendors that'll be there. So shop till you drop. Saturday, Sunday at the Elkhorn Resort at Clear Lake. Beautiful time of year to go for a drive up to the lake. Okay, yesterday's good thing. What was going on the weekend? Well, we had Twyla taking in, of course, the PBR, seeing me riding bulls. I appreciate that. I was recognized. Twyla recognized me, and I signed some autographs. Oh, it's hard work. There they are, Twyla and Bobby enjoying themselves, looking good. There it is. There I am down there in one of the chutes, getting ready to be thrust into the spotlight, thrust into the Keystone Center to be gyrating and jumping around and having a good time on the bulls. Oh, and of course there's fireworks and all kinds of stuff. Thousands of people took this in. This is probably one of the best attended events I think I've seen at the Keystone Center all year, I think. Well done. And some of the stuff was broadcast on TSN, as I understand it. I don't watch a whole lot of TSN, but I saw that Sean Cameron, who's a Facebook friend of mine, was saying that they were doing the TSN stuff for PBR, and I'm like, that is cool. Thank you, Mark. Yes, I used to be on radio one time. I have a great radio voice. Well, I appreciate that. And you have a great picture on your profile. Like it. Let's just keep the compliments rolling. Plus, I'm an excellent bull rider, which is kind of bull, but unless you're paying attention, you wouldn't know. Nick says, we got the grill going on the weekend, had a couple of burgers on Saturday and Sunday. Nick, I hear you, brother. And you know what? I went to the co-op, bought those sirloin tips. Honestly, best steak I had all year so far. I don't know what I did. I think I marinated it a little longer than I should. I knew they were on sale, so I got over there early, had them marinating for like most of the day on Friday, and then I threw them on the grill Saturday. And, oh, my God. Oh, whoa, they were falling apart on the grill. Steak on sale. You know, are there any better words in the dictionary? I don't think so. Maybe free money. Steak on sale. In this economy, steak on sale. It was I think I got to get more before that sale ends. That's what the co-op, big deal. You got to be part of that on Thursdays. Cindy's GT catered a lunch on Saturday, had some help, and Sunday we went for a quad ride, and it was a bit windy, but a great ride. Woof. You mustn't have had the wind we did. I don't think you could go for a quad ride. I don't think you could leave your house in the Brandon region. I think we clocked out at 91 kilometers an hour. It was insane. It was really, really hurricane. Manitou clocked in at 109 kilometers an hour. Holland was 85, Clearwater 82. Down the list, Morris and Emerson, they were down around 75, and Carmen was 70. But we had winds in this area basically from 70 to 100 kilometers an hour. Yeah, trampoline go bye-bye. Patio furniture, somebody lost their barbecue. How do you lose Does anybody see my barbecue? The barbecue is gone. Holy Hannah. Trev says, funny thing you talk about that. I just got a hot tub. It blew in last night. Oh, you got a free hot tub. Somebody's inflatable hot tub landed in Trev's yard. Well, it does work that way. You could lose your barbecue and gain a hot tub. So you're still up one hot tub, down one barbecue. Katie 4380 says, got to the cottage and opened up on Saturday. Oh, I love to hear that. Oh, woo, cottage is open. Time for the summertime. And we opened up on Saturday, so we are ready to spend the weekend there next weekend. One weekend before May Long. Mother's Day weekend, then May Long weekend. Yesterday, got some yard work done before the wind got up. Well, that's good. Yeah, it would have been a little bit tough to barbecue on Sunday. There's no question about it. Tosh's GT from the weekend. Her 3 pictures included some ice cream and a bike ride. A bike ride? Ooh, this is a nice shot. This is probably Saturday. I can tell because the wind would have blown him off this little bridge had this been a Sunday picture. Beautiful. There's some running water. Ooh, those water levels are pretty high. What a beautiful shot. And you got to have some ice cream. Saturday was a great day for ice cream. Cold beer, steaks, our one day of spring. We had one day of spring. Hooray. Thank you, Tosh. Molly says, went to see my hubby, DJ, on Saturday. Whoop, whoop. Nice. getting the crew all ready to roll. Fantastic. Quinton's GT went out to open up the camper. Another one that's ready for summertime. Out at the Aspen Grove, and no critters. Guess the rubber snakes we scattered in and under were actually effective. That's great. Yeah. Everybody's getting ready for the big May long weekend. Richard's GT yesterday went to wrestling and seen a cage match. Holy cow. And why are you always wearing the belt? Why are you... Did you win the belt? Look at that. Oh, yeah. There's Richard. Oh, yeah. Get in that ring, Richard, and let's get off the top rope. Oh, yeah. Elbow smash. Headlock. Triple suplex off the top rope. Oh, yeah. Richard loves his wrestling. He loves his wrestling. They got to have amateur night one of these days. If they ever have amateur night and you get in there, Richard, can you please call me? DM me. I want to come watch. I want to cheer you on. I think that would be fantastic. Oh, he's got two more. As we've told Tosh, you're allowed 3. Okay, so here he is at the cage. Throw him in there. Throw him in the cage. Oh, that was a smile cookie. Sorry, that was an old one. And there he is in his mask. Ay, caramba. Scary stuff. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Cage match. Michelle's good thing. Stocked up on steak, chicken, and pork chops from the co-op. Hey, someone else that's taking advantage of the co-op big deal. Thank you. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you for supporting the sponsors that support this show. I do appreciate it. And let's face it, it's a great deal. I do the same thing. I always sneak in there and try and get some savings. And I'm not lying. Those steaks were friggin' amazing. Oh, I did get some of that ready cut garlic in the jar. I used quite a bit of that Ziploc bag with some garlic, soy sauce, Worcester sauce, a little bit of lime, and a little bit of tenderizer. Just left it there overnight. Oh, my God, was it good. Oh, why can't... Oh. Lindsay says, what's going on with gas prices? Saturday, $1.88.9. Today, $1.73.9. A couple of gas stations have lowered, but not dramatically. There are still some 189.9s. Winnipeg is no longer in the 189.9 category. In fact, I can pull that up for you right now. You're in the low 180s if you're in Winnipeg. Highest price in the top 10 is 183.9. In Brandon, still up there, though. And here's what's going on. It totally follows the news. So if you're not listening to the news, if you're not watching, and I mean like literally from hour to hour, this is changing, guys. Like you thought that your anxiety was in need of some relief. Well, that's not going to happen. You have to be literally on the internet at all times because Trump can say, okay, the strait is open. Gas prices fall. He says it's closed. And then the gas prices go up. And then Iran says, we're going to bomb someone or do something. Then the gas prices go up. And then they say, we want peace. And then the gas prices go down. And it's that fast. So we're in a downward trajectory to start the week, which is good. But when you see that 173 fill up, because it'll probably go up again when someone gets ticked off. Zumba Bernice says, GT, food, fun, and music with friends on Friday, Saturday, outdoors and sunshine, Sunday, NBA playoffs. Holy cow, somebody's following the NBA. She's the only person in Manitoba watching basketball. Well, that is fantastic. You're very welcome. Wow, we busy weekend from rodeo to wrestling to ice cream and steaks. We wouldn't have it any other way, would we? That is the way you celebrate a weekend in Western Manitoba. Hi, Haley. Hey, Dan. Oh, TikTok's a busy place to be today. Everybody's checking out, wants to know the gas prices from the weekend. Do we got a big war going on yet? Steady as she goes, steady as she goes. But like I said, things could change rather quickly. We did have one airline go down over the weekend. It is affecting some Canadian travel, and we'll explain coming up. Of course, that is Spirit Airlines. It is May the 4th. May the 4th be with you today. And, of course, we are doing our first full week of May. The countdown to Mother's Day is on. It's a Monday, Sunseekers. Good morning, Sunseekers. Here we go. It is another week of fun and frivolity. I appreciate you being here. We are going to head off to Spain to Playa de Alta and a beautiful beach live shot this morning, our first beach break of the morning. And we'll be back with more in just a bit. Happy Monday, Sunseekers. Good to have you here.
It's Monday, let's make this week great. 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 Let's go together. It's Monday, let's make this week great. 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 Let's go together. It's Monday, let's make this week great. 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 Let's go together.
Oh, yeah, Sunseekers. 2 degrees is where we start our Monday together. 2 degrees. It is cold this morning. Oh, my gosh. The countdown to Mother's Day is on as we take a look outside this morning. We've got a little bit of sunshine at Eli there, and we're seeing most of our cameras working. And a reminder, Oak Lake is going to decide to work for us now, so I'll take my Mother's Day reminder off of that. And good morning, Oak Lake. Let's take a look at those beautiful roads and take a look at the forecast for the week. Our weather widget, I apologize, is acting up a little bit this morning. But I can let you know that we are at plus 2 degrees. We should see a high of 6 degrees today, 5 tomorrow, which is way below normal for this time of year. Normally, we should be at 18, 10 for Wednesday, and we'll get closer to a normal daytime high come the weekend. Kind of a repeat of what we had last week. It was cool through the week, and then finally when the weekend arrived, it was absolutely gorgeous. And it looks as if this week is going to be the same, with temperatures finally at normal by the time the weekend rolls around. All right, May the 4th be with you.
This is the perfect year for your iPhone.
Do we have any Star Wars fans in the house? Do we have any Star Wars fans in it? When I say May the 4th be with you, what is the first thing that pops into your mind? Is it the first time you went to see Star Wars? Have you ever seen Star Wars? Have you not seen Star Wars? Are you one of those fans that has never seen any of the movies? And therefore, on May the 4th be with you, you're left bewildered and scratching your head going, what is all this about? Star Wars, of course, is the story of a father and a son who have been estranged and who eventually find their way back to each other. In the meantime, what appears to be the developing romantic relationship between a princess and a young Luke Skywalker is, in fact, a family relationship later revealed that they are brother and sister. But in the meantime, a Han Solo is one who moves in on the princess. There's romance. There's intrigue. There is a father-son dynamic. And there is a little Muppet named Yoda. And while I consider myself a fan of Star Wars, I am not one of those who would take the time to dress up and go to Comic-Con, but there are some folks that decide to do that, and they take this whole Star Wars thing very, very seriously.
My father is a incredible Star Wars guy. He took my mother to the opening of A New Hope, the very first Star Wars, as their first date. And Mom somehow still married him.
My older brother was a big fan, and I always wanted to be like him. And then when I met my husband, we both love Star Wars, and we just really kept it as a tradition as a family, and started off as these babies as baby Ewoks, and it got a lot of attention, and then we just kind of continue doing Star Wars almost every year.
It's been like big part of my life for as long as I can remember. And I love like learning about the characters, and I love all the stories, and I love nerd things.
Star Wars is really just about... It's hard to explain because
average citizens that fight back against the oppressive government. It was just so much fun watching all the big battle scenes and all the lights, and it was great. And it was so much fun as a child, and you wanted to be that and emulate that and play like that.
I like the sound effects. That was the gun. I also like the sound effects of the sword. That kind of sounds like Chewbacca at the same time, but was they're moving the lightsaber around? Oh, who didn't pretend they had a lightsaber? Zumba Bernice says today is her son's birthday. Star Wars baby. He's a little Ewok. I just couldn't hang on till Cinco de Mayo, so he's an Ewok baby. You know what that, right? Because he's born on May the 4th. Little furry guy running around, saving the rebellion.
And as an adult, you learn to see the similarities between what's happening in your own lives and the world around you and what you're seeing in the Star Wars world. So.
That is a hell of a costume. That is really cool. I mean, if it was Halloween, that would win the top prize. Wow. Someone has invested some money in that.
And you also get to emulate.
Yeah, right? We're still dressing up and making our characters.
until we can't come to the con anymore.
Right?
Wow.
I will be in a wheelchair. I will still be doing it.
That's right.
A lot of the fans tell me stuff. They grew up with Jango Fett. They grew up hearing my voice on the games. And they're like big guy people now. They're all in their 30s now. And so I always get surprised at them.
Oh, you're kind. They're older than their 30s,
really
dude.
Get a buzz that I, in some way, got them through some part of their childhood, or sometimes a lot of them were in a dark place, and watching Star Wars and Boba Fett and Jango Fett and more recently the Book of Boba kind of get them through maybe some time they had in hospital. So
okay, I've
really
never read the books.
Warm for me.
Not quite that big of a fan, but yeah, it's they're fun to watch, and I mean at the time the special effects were pretty outrageous, pretty amazing. And, we had the chance to go to Disneyland a few years ago and take in the Star Wars section. You can tell that I'm a little bit geeking out here. I got the family around the table on the Millennium Falcon. I'm geeking out. May the 4th be with you. There we are in front of the Millennium Falcon, and then I got to meet Darth Vader. I embarrassed my son because I was freaking out. He's a fan, but not like Dad. Dad is a 70s child, so... and there is a hairy beast, and standing next to the hairy beast is, well, Chewbacca. So may the 4th be with you. Star Wars. Steven says, my daughter loves Ahsoka, and I'm a big fan of Captain Rex. Again, I'm more an OG guy, so I wish I could understand what that meant, but I appreciate you sharing that, because obviously those are probably like new characters. And the Star Wars universe is pretty huge. The guy who invented it, the guy who came up with it, George Lucas, sold everything to Disney, I think, for $1. And now Disney has it. If you ever get to go to Disneyland or Disney World and you're a fan of Star Wars, man, they've got a lot. They've got all the stuff. And you can build like your own lightsaber there for the low price of like $550 for a little piece of plastic. It's, it's good fun, good entertainment, good stuff. Anyway, Zumba Bernice's son's birthday today. And so happy birthday to Luke Skywalker Zumba Bernice. They named their son Luke Skywalker. Isn't that incredible? That is, listen, you got to love these people that get into these holidays. Not everybody has the name. I'd like to see that on the driver's license. Luke Skywalker Kennedy. I think, isn't that what it is? Luke Skywalker Kennedy. That's pretty cool. Wow. Happy May the 4th be with you, and happy birthday, Luke Skywalker. Fantastic. Okay. Changes to Brandon's Pickle Fest. This happened on the weekend. Well, the whole city is excited about Pickle Fest because we used to have a downtown festival that welcomed literally thousands and thousands of people every summer. It was a presentation of like our big pickle company. Oh, ooh, look at this. This is, before we move on from May the 4th, Quentin and a young Jedi Knight, this must be Florida. Oh, you guys got your lightsabers there. That's fantastic. Ho, may the 4th be with you. Great picture. It's one of my favorite memories. In the end, that's all that matters. The memories are all that matters. And we'll make some memories at the Pickle Fest. So I guess there's going to be a name change here. Well, it's quite the lengthy little release. But the Brandon Pickle Festival has been renamed. It is now the Brandon Brine Bash. As soon as they went to the internet to announce that the Brandon Pickle Fest was going to be back, someone came out of the woodwork to say, hey, Pickle Fest is trademarked with Pickle Fest Canada. And there was a cease and desist, basically. The downtown Brandon Pickle Fest name hasn't been used since 1999. And because they kind of let it go, somebody else scooped it up. Don't you hate when that happens? So they've had to change the name Brandon Brine Bash. You can find them on Facebook and Instagram. It will still affectionately, the nickname will be Pickle Fest. That's a nickname, not an actual trademark and not the official name. But people are still going to call it the Pickle Fest. But officially, it will be called the Brandon Brine Bash. And as they point out, just because it's under a different name doesn't change the culture and the history so many people are familiar with. It's all about pickles. It's all about the pickles. Pickle Fest sounds so much more fun. People will affectionately call it that. I mean, we call the summer fair the Manitoba. It's supposed to be the Manitoba Summer Fair. We call it the fair. You just think of the Winter Fair. It's not the Royal Manitoba Winter Fair. Some people give it the official name, but it'll be a Pickle Fest nonetheless. The situation has set us back in our event coordination plan, but we're still aiming to hit the date of Saturday, August the 22nd as the date for the Pickle Fest. Dutifully yours, the Brandon Brine Bash Committee volunteers. And as they are quickly realizing, anybody that wants to start anything spectacular, anything worthwhile, whether it be a business or a festival or a concert or a series of, there's a lot of work and there's always pitfalls. There's always these little bumps in the road. So a bit of a bump in the road for the Pickle Fest, but it'll still come, just under a new name, the Brandon Brine Bash. Cindy sent me a video saying it's snowing. Yay! Well, the weather outside is frightful, and the fire is so delightful. You decided to live in this wasteland of Arctic tundra, you did. We only had one nice day in 2026. It came on Saturday. The rest of the year, we're going to have our Arctic blast. Here comes more snow just in time for me. Why? 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 Oh, why? Oh, why? It's winter here, says Cindy. May 4th last year was plus 31. I think you were reading it wrong. Probably minus 31. It's Canada. It's Manitoba, Canada. We don't get nice things here. We don't get nice. Unless you like snow, which, you know what, then it is a nice thing. And there are people that do like snow, so there's that. Oh, just let it snow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. And we can't go anywhere soon because the airlines have kind of knocked things down. There won't be any flying anytime soon unless you got $1 million. So Zumba and Bernice, just cool your jets. Literally, cool your jets. Because the jets are going broke. The airlines is going under. The jet fuel is just way too expensive. And Spirit Airlines went broke over the weekend and has stranded all kinds of people. Loretta says, where? That is north of Riding Mountain Park. That's in the Parkland area. And they are calling for the possibility of wet, freezing drizzle in the forecast, but you know what? It just has to be cold enough. We're only at 2. Loretta, it's coming right for your place. Loretta, run. Run, Loretta, run. Put your phone away. Run. Run as fast as your legs will take you. Run south, but you better run and just keep running. There's no getting away from it, Loretta. It's coming. It's coming for you. It's coming. More snow. Hey, it's May. You know what? I saw the neighbor. We were all doing the yard clean on the weekend. I was supervising more than anything because I had Jeff over. But, you know, after it was done and we all had the conversation about the month of May, and May is still snow month. And what year was it? We had the show on. I think it was the first season that we had the show, that we had snow the last week of May, and it was so bad. We had lots of power outages. Do you remember that? I think it broke most of my trees in the yard. I had to get out there and take a broom to the trees because it was this heavy, wet snow that was really putting a lot of weight on the trees. And that was literally, I think, the 29th or the 30th of May, because I'm thinking, wow, June snow, have you... Are we going to get there now where it's like, last day of school, kids? Thank goodness, because it's a snow day. Really? Really? I'm going to get some carbs to deal with this traumatic situation. I'm going to get some cheese buns over at Kuiper's Family Bakery. Oh, I probably will get cheese buns because it'll be super chilly because when it gets cold like this, we had steak on Saturday. It's going to be kind of something nice and hot. Big bowl of soup, some chili, and you got to have those cheese buns to go with it, or maybe a sausage roll, a nice fresh loaf of garlic toast. Oh, how delicious. They've got all your breads, rye bread, Brandon rye bread, white bread, whole wheat bread, and of course all your specialty breads too, tasty treats, and more decades of tradition baked into every bite at Kuiper's Family Bakery at 1411 First Street, just north of the First and Richmond corner next to Tasty's. Drop on by and pick up some tasty treats. Skydancer Casino, just 90 miles south of Brandon in Belcourt, where the sky's the limit. They've got great games, great food, and great family fun. They've got an indoor water park. Now, that water park has a retractable roof on it. I think it'll be maybe a couple of days in July where they'll have that thing open. It's pretty cool, though. When they open that thing up, it instantly becomes an outdoor water park. Plus, they've got a trampoline park. They've got a winter park that they're building right now, I believe, for winter 2027. It's all at the Skydancer Casino, where Gretchen Wilson will do an outdoor country show on July the 3rd. And that's the tip of the iceberg for monster truck events, midways, of course, America's 250 and more. Skydancercasino.com. Give them a follow on their social media channels, too, if you would, as well as Epla office over on 18th Street. Buying or selling real estate to dealing with business laws, dealing with business law, wills and estates, and more. If you need some legal assistance, make sure that you reach out with a quick phone call or a DM to the great staff at Epla office. They are Western Manitoba's favorite legal representation. They are so fast, so friendly, and so community involved. 642 18th Street, Unit A, across from the RBC. I got to go to the Peg tomorrow. Oh, and it's supposed to be even colder tomorrow. A couple of cold days to start the week. Molly says, result of climate change. Nobody wants to talk about, and they say that it's fake. I say the earth has moved. Our fall is beautiful. Why is that? I think maybe what it is someone screwed up the calendar. I blame the print job people because we're not in May. This isn't May. This is March. So let's pretend this is March. And then when April and May come in, then we'll be, okay, this makes a lot of sense because October, we're getting to the point where Halloween is really kind of a 50-50 crapshoot on whether or not the kids can put their costumes on. And I remember as a kid, we used to always have snow. Always have snow at Halloween. I think maybe once or twice we didn't have snow. And now we're getting to the point where there's more and more. But no, climate change. Oh, I don't believe in it. I think it's all fake news. And the earth is flat. Of course, I'm just trying to be a troublemaker. Or am I? It's for you to decide. Okay, moving along to Spirit Airlines. Hey, this will help climate change. Let's get the airplanes out of the air. Spirit Airlines is no more. Apparently, there's more to come. Because jet fuel has more than doubled in price, and they were struggling to begin with, they basically closed the doors on Saturday.
Carrier Spirit Airlines is shutting down operations after nearly 34 years in business. The ultra-low-cost airline announced Saturday that it's canceling all flights effective immediately. Spirit struggled with losses for years and was hit hard in recent months by rising jet fuel costs. The airline filed for bankruptcy protection in November of 2024 and again last summer. It operated hundreds of daily flights and employed nearly 17,000 people.
This morning at 3 a.m., Spirit Airlines ceased operations. So what that means is Spirit does not have airplanes in the air flying as of this morning. Also, their call centers are closed and they don't have staff at ticket counters. So if you have a flight scheduled with Spirit Airlines, don't show up at the airport. There will be no one here to assist you.
Like your SOL. That's how fast this happened and could happen again. Like literally don't show up at the airport. There's no one here. They even took the Spirit signs out of the airport. It's just like this big yellow counter. We're gone. And like 17,000 people out of a job.
What Spirit Airlines is now going to do is go through an orderly liquidation process. We'll see how that develops over the course of the next several days.
Yeah, so United Airlines is here to support the customers of Spirit by offering special fares of $199 for shorter haul and $299 for the longer haul out of our hubs in Newark, Chicago, Houston, also out of our stations in Atlanta, Las Vegas, New Orleans, and of course right here in South Florida in Fort Lauderdale and Miami. And let's not forget about Orlando.
From an employee perspective, listen, Spirit employees, United employees, we're all airline employees. We all care about each other. And it's important that we're looking out for them too. So what we're doing for them is we're actually allowing them to use ID90 pass travel. And we're also have a United link for them to apply for jobs online. I don't know if you know this or not, but O'Hare is hiring, and we're hiring at United in general. So they will have a direct link to apply online for positions, because we do really care about them, want to take care of them.
Which is awesome that the other airlines are stepping up to assist, whether that's with stranded passengers or people who are in need of work now. Because, again, 17,000 employees, poof, like, don't show up. There's no one here. No one is there. So Blessed Mama says, so what happens with their tickets they already bought? Are they SOL? Yes. Unless you have insurance, that money is gone. Now, this is where it's affecting some Canadians. Now, Spirit, thankfully, at this point, never really got very close to us in this part of the world. You had to go to Minnesota to jump on a Spirit Airlines flight. They didn't even fly out of North Dakota, so the market just wasn't big enough, and they are, like, really cheap. Like, we're talking, $35 and $45 flights. They were really one of the cheapest airlines you could fly. But that doesn't mean that Canadians didn't book. A lot of Canadians would jump on an Air Canada flight, slide into Minneapolis, and then jump on a Spirit plane or Denver or Chicago. So there are some Canadians that have been left in the lurch because of this closure. And yes, unless they had cancellation insurance, they're out the money. So that's the other point, that we are in an era now of mandatory cancellation insurance. If you're planning on booking any kind of air travel, it is without question, you must book cancellation insurance. Even if you're flying in Canada, the disruptions could affect our airlines. There is no threat of Canadian Airlines shutting down. However, the airlines shutting down around the world could have some impact here, change flight schedules, and promote or bring about cancellations. And if that happens, you want to make sure that you get your money back. And that's what cancellation insurance will ensure. Delta Airlines responded by canceling hundreds of flights over the weekend. So Delta, in response to Spirit going down, has said, no, we're not gonna add any more to help out the. In fact, we're gonna take some out. This is going to be a bit of a headache for air travel this summer. Delta canceled 157 flights Friday, 219 flights on Saturday, and 125 flights on Sunday. American and United canceled a handful by comparison. Hundreds of flights were also delayed, including 300 on Friday, 500 Saturday, and 344 on Sunday. So Delta is showing some severe signs of stress right now. Spirit Halloween. Oh, those memes are everywhere. Spirit Halloween. Yay. Quentin says it's $35 flight. The insurance would be more than the fare. Well, it may be. It's based on your fare, though. So the cheaper the fare, the less you pay. So on a $35 flight, if you had the wherewithal to get insurance, it'd probably be $5. But at least you get your $35 back, which would be $70 plus your taxes and so on. What I'm saying is that going forward, if any Sunseekers are planning on booking any trips anywhere, listen, you need to get trip insurance. You risk having your trip canceled or moved. You can't get on another plane, and you don't want to be out the money. Being out the time is bad enough, but being out the money, this is not cool. And it is not showing signs of stopping anytime soon. In fact, forget driving, forget flying. People are saying, okay, we're going to do a summer road trip instead of flying. Some Canadians are even parking their car. They're saying, this summer, no, it's going to be a staycation. This is going to be just like, 2020 all over again. We'll take a look at that in hour 2 of the show. Also, as we celebrate May the 4th, and we've got a pickle festival or a brine festival coming for Brandon, the Lobster Day has taken over the internet. It did over the weekend anyway. Did you see Lobster Day? Are you familiar with Lobster Day? The internet was celebrating Lobster Day, and if you missed it, it's okay. We will celebrate it too in hour 2 of the show. And Devil Wears Prada versus Michael Jackson. Was Michael able to moonwalk past the ladies of Devil Wears Prada 2, or did Devil Wears Prada 2 curb stomp Michael with their high heels in incredible fashion? We'll take a look in hour 2, but first we got to say goodbye to our friends on the other platform. Enjoy the snow. Enjoy your Monday. Enjoy the day. Have a great day, guys. We'll see you for a terrific Tuesday tomorrow. In the meantime, you can come over and lurk at TylerGlenShow.com or get signed up at Twitch. Twitch.tv/Tyler Glen Show if you want to join the conversation. In the meantime, thanks for being here. Bye, TikTok. Bye, X. Bye, YouTube.